Good evening, Jonathan.
Good evening, Rich. Funeral services for the former president will begin on Saturday, January 4th, and run through the 9th. They include viewings in Atlanta and Washington, D.C., a ceremony at the National Cathedral, and a stop outside his boyhood farm here in South Georgia. Well-wishers have started to arrive in Plains, the small Georgia town where former President Jimmy Carter was born and held close to its rural and religious way of life.
Our American traditions and values, we need to bring that back. And it's going to be hard, but we can do it.
Mr. Carter's death has touched people on both sides of the aisle. Republican Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter, no relation, praises the former president's lifetime of service beyond the White House.
His work with Habitat for Humanity, the work that the Carter Center has done, has been very significant. And whereas he may have had a tough presidency, I think history will treat him well.
On social media, President-elect Trump writes about Mr. Carter, "While I strongly disagreed with him philosophically and politically, I also realized that he truly loved and respected our country and all it stands for. He worked hard to make America a better place, and for that, I give him my highest respect." President Biden has designated January 9, 2025 as a national day of mourning. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports Mr. Biden is expected to deliver the eulogy at a ceremony in Washington on that day.
What I find extraordinary about Jimmy Carter, though, is that millions of people all around the world, all over the world, feel they lost a friend as well, even though they never met him. And that's because Jimmy Carter lived a life measured not by words, but by his deeds.
Mr. Carter, who was 100 years old when he died, will be buried next to his wife of 77 years, Rosalind Carter, in a family plot by a willow tree just outside their longtime residence here in Plains. Rich?
Jonathan Siri live for us tonight in Plains, Georgia. Jonathan, thank you. President-elect Trump is giving a ringing endorsement to House Speaker Mike Johnson as he looks to retain the gavel next Congress. But there still are some Republican holdouts, and that could hamstring Trump's agenda. This comes amid a public feud between some of the president-elect's staunchest supporters about a visa program meant for skilled immigrant workers. Correspondent Matt Finn shows us all that story from West Palm tonight.
When the new Congress convenes this Friday, Republican Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is hoping to maintain the gavel. Today, Johnson might have received the key to his re-election. President-elect Trump posting to Truth Social, Speaker Mike Johnson is a good, hardworking, religious man. He will do the right thing, and we will continue to win. Mike has my complete and total endorsement. Johnson thanking Trump for his support, writing, "Together we will quickly deliver on your America First agenda and usher in the new golden age of America." Johnson's second term is not a guarantee. A handful of hardliners like Republican Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie say they'll vote no, with no formal alternatives proposed. And today, Arizona Representative Andy Biggs told Fox he's uncommitted.
I do want to speak with the speaker just to see what his plans are, because there are some issues that I think need to be worked out, specifically dealing with the budget issues.
Also inside Trump world, a bit of a flare-up over H-1B visas, which historically allowed tens of thousands of qualified foreign workers into the country each year for specialty jobs. Elon Musk is leading the charge in favor of the visas, saying he'll go to war defending them. But some Republicans and Democrats say the H-1B program is taking away jobs from everyday Americans.
It shouldn't be for accountants or entry-level IT jobs. It should really be for exceptional talent.
President-elect Trump essentially settled the matter for now, telling the New York Post, "I've been a believer in H-1B." And looking ahead, Senate confirmation hearings for President-elect Trump's nominees could begin as early as next week. Today, the New York Post reports that Trump's incoming chief of staff, Susan Wiles, instructed those nominees to stop posting on social media